New generation nanny is the mobile. If the parents wants to do something, they give the children mobile. Then they do their business because they think that he's disturbing us. So now this is where the world is going, that for everything or every reason we have something answers. But are these answers are good for the child? That is what something we have to understand and realize. So hi, this is Dr. Johnsey Thomas, a senior psychologist from Astor Prime Hospital, Amirpet, Hyderabad. So now today we are going to have a short discussion on something called as a mobile for the children. So are you giving or making the mobile as a nanny for your child? For everything the child is there, for everything the mobile is there for the child, and the child is glued to that. So is your child glued to it? That is very important. For example, if a child turns 3 and he is having a mobile, so that means he is not going to get a proper brain development because he is getting a lot of emotions. For example, if you scroll through the reels of Instagram, how many emotions comes and goes through your heads. So that same thing happens to the child. The child becomes irritated, the child becomes behaviorally disturbed, a child becomes very inactive, or maybe it's hyperactive. There are so many things what we are seeing in our day-to-day life and day-to-day consultations as well. The child, parents come and say that this child is very stubborn, he's not listening to us, he's not talking to us, he wants to be alone, he wants to play alone and all. All these are nothing but the symptoms of a child getting into the problem of addiction. So that's where we need to understand what is important for the child. The parent or the mobile or some person where a child understands the difference between the mobile use and the misuse. If you are telling the child what is the use of the mobile and how you are misusing or how you are getting addicted to the mobile, that is something has to be taught. Because if in a younger age, if you are not teaching the child that the use and the misuse, it can turn to be, or it will turn to be, a so-called mobile addiction, and it can hamper his proper biological development, physical development, everything, because he will be sticking to his mobile and he will be just be with the mobile. So we need to understand that if you want to have a proper development of the child, the mobile has to be kept at check, and that's where it's very important. So to conclude or to sum up, mobile addiction is, or the nanny is not mobile, and mobile has to be given when it's required, when you want maybe to keep a check on the child that how mobile can be used and when it's not to be used. The more less the time, the more child will devote for good works. So this is something which we need to understand and realize in our life.